what. So look, Saquon, unbelievable. Defense, unbelievable. We went into this game saying there was a question mark for the Eagles, and the question mark was their quarterback's ability to throw it. Did he answer that question for you yesterday?
No question. But he had, he gave, listen, early in the season, he gave the middle finger to us before when we were questioning whether he could be that type of guy. I remember like in that post-game press conference, like,
That's what y'all wanted.
That's what y'all wanted, right? That's what y'all. Yeah, it's a Pittsburgh game. It was like that's what y'all wanted to see, right? And again, in this game, it's the same thing. Like all the chatter out there been talking about, is Jalen Hurts? Can he be a guy if he gets to a shootout? Can he be that guy? All he did was deliver plays like that.
Here was my problem, and Greeny knows this. I talked about some of the drops in the game prior to this on Friday, and when I look at Jalen Hurts, it's almost like we don't remember this man finished second in MVP voting, and he was a drive away from beating Patrick Mahomes. The only quarterback to count for 4 touchdowns and lose in the Super Bowl is Jalen Hurts. And I just never figured out why somebody got criticized for winning football games in the ways you're supposed to win football games, right? And it's about the perception of a person, right? Because Josh Allen threw for 126 yards last week, and they beat the Baltimore Ravens. And all we did was come in here and rave about how he doesn't turn the football over anymore. He's changed the way he plays. Look at this team winning with the run game. Well, that's what the Philadelphia Eagles were doing. And then yesterday, when asked to step up as a passer, he did something that we've seen him do before. The perception on the outside doesn't always match the perception on the inside. Nick Sirianni heard what everybody was saying. And who was the one person he pointed to on the podium when receiving the trophy? He said, how about our quarterback? He's pretty damn good, isn't he? Remember, Jalen Hurts is pretty damn good. Jalen Hurts went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. Let this dude cook sometimes, and you can get some progression.
I'm gonna say this, because I'm gonna sit here right now, and I'm gonna represent for my big fellas right now. Sometimes we make the game of football more complicated than what it really is. Howie Roseman done something that more people should understand. Big people beat little people. We talk about Saquon Barkley. Do you know the Philadelphia Eagles have rushed the ball for more yardage than any other team in NFL history? Because they got a wall up front that's able to just displace people all over the field. You know why Jalen Hurts can go out there and do the things he does in the passing game? Because they're so dominant in the run game, it forces defenses to adjust to give all of those guys on the outside one-on-one matchups. Ultimately, football is a numbers game. You can't stop the run. Guess what? I got to commit more people to stop the run, because if you can't stop the run, you have no chance of winning a football game.
They're the ultimate pick your poison.
There you go. And so for me, I got to give Howie Roseman a lot of credit for how they've constructed this roster. It's just almost like, what do we do? What do we do to beat this Philadelphia Eagles team?
Well, that offensive line coach, too, is absolutely
another Hall of Famer assistant.
Because, look, they develop kids, too. It's not just that they have the great talent. They develop kids, all right? They took a rugby player who's now the best left tackle in football. Like, come on. So, to me, that Stoutman does a hell of a job.
That's Jordan Mailata, and they took Mekhi Becton and made him a guard. And they look, they are ridiculously good at every position on the field. And that 4th and 5 at the end of the half that they go for it, and he throws that ball to Brown up the left side, that was a big moment for Jalen Hurts.
All they do in that moment, they're going to throw him a slant, they're going to throw him a go.
But we saw that early on in the season. I think it was against Cleveland. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, it was Cleveland.
It was 2 of the games. Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to snap the ball. I thought they were just going to try and draw him offside there. That's a risky spot. It was an interesting game for one that wound up being as one-sided as it turned out to be.
This is the closest thing defense-wise to the Legion of Boom since the Legion of Boom, because they're not overly complicated. They're not going to confuse you like Kansas City does. They are a team that simply is going to line up. They're going to play with great technique, great fundamentals, great leverage, run to the ball. I also think it is important that we have to give credit to the way that the offense played. So these are these defensive clips that they're constantly running to the ball. You got to give Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown credit, because that's been a lot of the conversation, right? You know, like, can you complete the passes when the defenses are going to play in those one-on-one situations? Jalen Hurts did that.
Yep.
A.J. Brown did that. In the NFC Championship, you got to give him credit. RC, this is that fourth down. You motion him over. Defender runs. Automatically, I know, well, it's man-to-man coverage. You want to press. Now watch A.J. at the line of scrimmage. Hezzy, swipe.
Cool, yeah.
Now ball comes out of Jalen's hands. He's making the determination. Am I behind him because it's a back shoulder or on top? Nope, I'm on top. Throw it to space. That's just like that Cleveland one you were talking about. It's perfect. Down on the goal line. This route at the bottom of the screen is ridiculous. Okay, here comes the motion. Defender runs with. It's man-to-man. Look at AJ. Sudden burst, freeze him, and then get out. Ball's coming out of his hands.
Yep.
Perfectly thrown. You got to take advantage of those one-on-one situations. Look at the space that it started to create and how soft that they started to play to A.J. Brown. There's a sprint out. He's 15 yards away from
easy.
him. You know, and so I think with the NFC Championship, we also have to be very fair to Jalen Hurts saying, hey, they gave you the one-on-one because of Saquon, and you took advantage of it.
Absolutely.
And that's what you have to do.
And I think we were, not me, I think people were
I was one of
questioning.
them, for sure.
I think people were questioning that. And to me, I just look at the history of Jalen Hurts. He's had games where he's shown us time and time again that he can complete these passes. He does have the confidence to do it, the talent and the skill. And so now going into next week, I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to have a decision to make. Are we going to say Trent McDuffie is going to be you and A.J. Brown? Jalen Watson is going to be you and Devontae Smith. On the inside, Nick Bolton, it's going to be you and Dallas Goedert, because we have to stop Saquon Barkley in the run. And now Jalen Hurts, who we almost watched beat us before, you have to go do it after showing what he showed this
I
week.
tell you a thing that's crazy. And the reason we don't put Jalen Hurts up there, okay? I'm the same way, right? But I also warned everybody. I said, look, the less he throws, the better the team. The formula for the Eagles, this is a crazy stat. 725 rush attempts this year. 517 pass attempts. Oh, wait a second. We're in an era. We got to throw it all over the place.
We win it.
Oh, yeah? You know what? We're going to win.
Yeah.
Our formula. We got a massive offensive line. We're going to lean on you. We're going to bloody your nose. We're going to be more physical. Jalen Hurts is terrific. By the way, he throws a deep ball about as good as anybody in the league. And why? You're getting those one-on-one coverages.
Quick.
One last thing, too, and I've probably overlooked it. He has become a very good decision maker.
Yes.
Multiple times
Protecting the
yesterday,
ball.
running away, throwing the ball away. Again, you have to laud him for that because it helps their team.
Quickly, we should say the name Howie Roseman. By the way, this offseason, they added Saquon Barkley, Zach Bond. They drafted Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, and he brought in Vic Fangio, plus Mekhi Becton. That might be the single
off of
best
last year with Jalen Carter.
Might be the single best offseason.
Howie Roseman, that guy.
My point is, in one offseason, he added all of that. That might be the best offseason any general manager has ever had. Coming up, Patrick.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just wanted to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.